This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Small Account Update and Market Report for the week ending January 6, 2023. The market finished lower last week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average increased 0.07% on Friday but was down minus 0.59% for the week. The S&P 500 increased 0.18% on Friday but was down minus 1.52% for the week. The Nasdaq increased 0.09% on Friday, but was down minus 3.25% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 4 up finishes versus 8 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday, the market was closed. On Tuesday and Wednesday, all the major indexes finished down. On Thursday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq finished down. And on Friday, all the major indexes finished up. How did you do? My small account finished lower. However, it still generated cash flow. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. I don't use charts, I don't use fundamental analysis, I don't use indicators or signals, and I definitely don't sit in front of a computer screen all day to watch the market. I simply choose a stock from my watch list to sell covered calls and or naked puts. I do have 5 criteria for choosing stocks to put on my trading watch list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. The last row, however, is my benchmark row. That is, I measure my performance against gold, silver, and the S&P 500. I choose the stock option based on whether I own the stock or I would like to own the stock. I choose a strike price, an expiration date, a bid, and I submit a limit order. Then I wait for execution. If the sale does not execute, I may change my order or wait until the next day to submit a new order. Looking at my watch list from last week, we can see that the strongest performer on the list was United States Natural Gas, ticker symbol UNG. In the first column, it increased 1.21% on Friday and was up 15.19% for the week. UNG is a natural gas fund that primarily invests in natural gas future contracts that are traded on various commodity exchanges throughout the world to track the price of natural gas. The fund allows investors to participate in price movements of natural gas without actually buying or selling natural gas directly and or buying or selling natural gas contracts. Natural gas and oil prices may be rising as a result of Red Sea tensions near the Horn of Africa. Looking at a summary of results, you can see that UNG has increased 15.19% year to date, as it is the first week of the year. I did not generate cash flow from UNG this past week, but I did generate cash flow from selling option contracts on 4 other stock positions, 3 calls and 1 put. That ranged from $14.34 to $132.34. So on Tuesday, I sold a call for $132.34. On Wednesday, I sold a call for $20.34 and I sold a put for $20.34. And on Friday, I sold a call for $14.34. That's a total of $187.36, which is not a lot of money, but it is a small account, and $187.36 in cash flow was 3.93% of my account value. Now, this money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it, or leave it in to build your cash balance or invest it. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. So, for example, to 10x the cash flow to $1,873.60, use a larger account, and instead of selling one of everything, sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately and every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in an amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. And that is what I am openly showing you every week as it happens. Note, most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500. They usually lose, and they lose by a lot. Last year, using this method, I beat the S&P 500 by about 12%. But in 2024, my account is down minus 3.62% versus minus 1.54% down for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 2.08%. So I am losing to the S&P 500 by just over 2% after the first week of the new year. But let's wait until next week. Anyone can learn how to do this with the right knowledge. There are many books and videos available to you to learn how to invest, trade, and generate cash flow. Your results will differ, of course, depending on what stocks and options you use. What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.